Glad to do some for Michael.
Welcome to our instrumental concert. I'm Stephanie Paul, the principal here at the intermediate school. Mrs. Schneider and I would like to welcome you. We're happy to have you all here. Before we start, we'd just like to remind you about the exits. If the fire alarm sounds, there are 2 exits at the back and 1 on each side of the stage, so please move quickly and quietly and efficiently out. And also, we ask that you silence your cell phones so that it doesn't disturb those around you. And I'd like to turn it over to Ms. Deborah and Ms. Madison. Thank you. So that song was called Heroes in Glory, and it was written by James Swearingen. He wrote the song in tribute to all of the everyday heroes in our lives. And I think when it came to picking out the songs for this concert, I started quite a while ago picking that out. It was many, many months ago, about this time last year. And I thought to myself during the middle of COVID, isn't this the perfect piece? Because in all of us, I think that we found so many heroes in the past couple of years. It's been a lot. It really has been. And so I thought this was perfect because in our lives, I think that we found those everyday heroes and we've really learned to cherish those people around us. So I thought that was a perfect piece for us. Let me give you a little bit of history for our group, the group that you see up in front of you right now. This is our 5th and 6th grade band, and this is their very first spring concert that they've ever had. So, the last spring concert that I did here, the 7th graders were in the beginning band with me. That's the last time that we had a group on this stage. So it was really exciting for me to get to have a spring concert here. So many of them, like the beginning of the school year, It started out with us being in this auditorium, and we had to be 12 feet apart wearing musician masks and with bell covers over everything because of COVID. So we had kids on stage, we had kids in the pit, we had kids going up the aisles because 12 feet apart is really far. And that was really challenging. And then they changed it to 6 feet apart, and then that changed again to 3 feet apart, and then we got to be in the band room together. And during this whole time, we had to talk about what is it like to play in a group together, because this is their first time for all of them. They're all beginners, essentially. And so we had to talk about what does it mean to be on a team? What does it mean to play together? How do we play together? How do we count the rest? And if you have a rest in the beginning, you actually have to count the rest because your music doesn't start for a while. All of these things that I guess we didn't even think about, like bringing an advanced group, like from beginning all the way through to advanced to this point. But I guess one of the things I want you to do as an audience, I would love for you to really watch their faces and the amount of concentration it takes for them to play. And the teamwork, they're counting on their fingers, they're counting together, they're working as a team. I mean, they've learned all of these skills this year. They learned all of that, like how to work together, and it's been just fantastic. It really has. So that was Heroes in Glory. The next piece that we're going to be doing is called 12 The Clock Strikes. Now I picked these pieces because they were great to work on articulations, tonguing together, starting together, finishing together, dynamics, playing loud and soft. I hope you get to hear those things. The trombones love this piece because they get to play glissandos, and that's really fun for them. So this one, 12 The Clock Strikes, is based off from the Westminster chimes. You're going to hear you'll hear the gears going, like in the Westminster chimes in the clock. You should be able to hear that in the percussion. And you should be able to hear the tick-tock of the clock as well as the Westminster chimes themselves. So this is called 12 The Clock Strikes. So as they're shuffling around a little bit, this past spring we were able to do in person this year, NISBA Solo Festival. We went to 2 different festivals. So one of the festivals was in Portland, and the other festival that we attended, some of us went to Portland and some of us went to Syracuse. If you performed a NISBA solo at the NISBA Solo Festival, could you stand to be recognized, or if you're a percussionist, put your hand up? All right, our last piece here we're going to do for this group is flashpoint, and then we're going to move to the other groups here. We're going to recognize by rows here, especially for some of you in the back. It might be hard to see your superstar up here. So percussion giveaways here.
our junior high, 7th and 8th grade band, they have a lot of the same kind of challenges with spacing. Last year, a lot of them were still in band, but 6th grade last year was the only one who actually met as a band. Everyone else was maybe in groups of 3 to 4 men. So this is kind of new to us too, learning how to all play together. And that's been kind of a challenge this year, but they really rose to the occasion and have done a really good job. We've been working on some pretty challenging music, especially when we get to music from Frozen, our last piece here. There are a lot of really complicated rhythms and parts that are really intermixed that they've worked really hard to make work. I'm really, really proud of them for that work on all of them. They're just a really fun instrument. So we are going to start here with our first piece, Ironclad. We were able to perform that first piece in Ironclad and our next piece here, Cyclone, as part of our all-county clinics, which is when we had someone come in March. He was recently retired from the Rochester area and went into every school in the county and worked with all of the junior high and high school groups. So we were lucky to be able to work with a clinician on that. We really learned a lot from that, right? And it really helped clean things up. It's really nice to have someone else come in and work with the students. We got a lot out of that. This next piece that we're going to play here is Cyclone. Starts with really nice kind of calm before the storm, and then everything gets really pretty complicated. We had a hard time layering some of these parts. It was a really good challenge for our group, especially since we haven't played in this large of a group for a long time. And we worked really hard to get that, make that sound really good. They did a great job with this kind of challenge. Right, this next one is just fun. Now, after a year of not being together, especially, we really needed to find something that was just fun, brought us joy, come bring some joy to our audience as well. And we also know there's way too little people in our audience, especially since the junior high is Frozen as the musical this year. This seems like the right pick, especially since we have a lot of cast members in here. If you were Frozen, just wait. Yeah, so they were singing the music, they were good with it, ready to go. So this is one that we pull out to have a lot of fun and to work on a lot of really challenging rhythms in here. There are a lot of rhythms that none of these students have seen and that we really had to break down and figure out how to get through together and synchronize together on them. So it had some really good problem solving and kind of rhythmic things for us as well. We just had a lot of fun with it. So this next is going to be music from Frozen. We're just finishing up getting our set up here. While we're waiting on that, I'd like to recognize our NYSSMA students as well. If you performed a solo for NYSSMA at all, you just go ahead and stand up so that we can give you a round of applause. These students worked really hard and took a lot of extra time outside of class and a lot of extra lessons to do that. So I'm really proud of them and I'm really happy that we have such a big group of us doing that. That's awesome. You all see it at once. Thank you. On in there, sweetie. change so we can get set up for jazz band here in last. This group is really new for a lot of people in here. I think we've only had a few people who ever played in jazz band before this year because we weren't able to have jazz band at all last year. So we were kind of building from the ground up. But it's really fun to have such an enthusiastic group of students who are putting in extra time during their 10th period club time outside of the regular school day to come and get prepared. And a lot of these students are even playing different instruments than you saw them play earlier, which takes a lot of extra work then too, to go out and learn a new instrument for this group and practice their music for both lessons, for both bands. It's a lot of hard work, and they put in a lot of time to do that, which is really, really awesome. Raise your hand if you're playing a different instrument here than you just played in the country band. Yeah, it's pretty cool that we are in your guys' Some of these students actually only recently picked up some of these instruments. Lydia and Lizzie, raise your hand. These two haven't been playing very long at all, but like a month or two on their instruments, and they sound amazing. It's pretty awesome, and they're just so excited, and it really helps the energy of this group and makes it a lot of fun. So we already performed this song at Cabaret. This is something we're bringing back. If you're at Cabaret there, you saw this Land of Make Believe. And our other two songs are some new songs that we have. So here's Land of Make Believe. Tim, I don't know if I left you off there. There's an awesome solo by Tim there. Tim's voice soloing for us, and he always sounds so good. Part of the reason we're all able to stick together. So we really appreciate that from him. We're going to just set up a couple solo mics before we go on to this next piece here. This is one of the newer ones we've learned, as well as Shallow. I think especially Shallow you'll recognize. For this one, Mercy, 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 we have a few soloists here. We're going to have a couple solos on trombone from Brendan O'Ryan, wave your hands, and from Lauren on very saxophone, wave your hand in this. So we're just going to get them mic'd up so you can hear them nice and loud. All right, we're here ready and mic'd, and they're so excited, I know, to be heard loud and proud. So here's Mercy, Mercy, Mercy. Our first solo is going to be Lauren, then I'll go to Orion, and then Brendan. Listen, right in the order. We have another round of applause for all those soloists there. It's scary to get solo, and I think it's extra scary to do it all the time in front of your peers all the time. And in front of a huge crowd of your peers and all your family and friends. So I'm really proud of them for even just taking that chance and doing that here. Next, on our next one, Emma Essinger is going to be our soloist here. This is Shallow, which you probably recognize. It's Lady Gaga song from A Star Is Born. I'm sure you will recognize this. But it's a really nice one that really moves around the melody a lot, so everybody gets a lot of the melody throughout this. I'm really proud of this group. They worked really hard, especially with so many 10 periods getting canceled. I'm sure you got all the emails. They've been really flexible, and I know you all have too, because a lot of parents have been able to make rides work so we could have more work. So thank you for that. Thank you to all of them for doing extra work outside to make this all work. So nice job. This is our last song here. After this, if you are looking for an intermediate student or a 5th or 6th grade band student, you can find them in the intermediate cafeteria. 7th and 8th grade band students are going to go back to the junior high here. Thank you for joining us tonight. out there. Thank